Well, hello there, everyone. It is Friday, April the 29th, so you know what this means, right? And before I get into that, how's the picture look? You know, I have a new phone, but real quick, I'm returning this phone and got to order it again, the same phone, because I didn't realize that it's through Google, and I can trade in my old phone, so they told me to get that trade-in value, they're sending me a new phone, I got to return this phone, and then I can return my old phone that I used all the time, and I'll get like a credit for $135. So why not? So I'm using this phone until tomorrow when the new one comes in, transfer this data to a new phone. But anyway, with that being said, see that bookcase behind me, desk, whatever you want to call it, piece of furniture? In the old phone, it was always perfectly straight, I think. And I noticed in a video the other day, it was like, look crooked. So I had to play around with the adjustment of the legs on this to get it looking straight, but to me the phone is sitting crooked right now, but yet that cabinet looks straight, and as far as I can tell, I'm straight in the picture. So what do y'all think? Does it look okay to you? Okay, so give me feedback on that. If all of you can put a comment below, let me know. Does it look straight, or am I skewed sideways at all? But anyway, all right, so anyway, readjust myself here, and I just have a cup of water. I've already had my green tea. I was on the phone for just a bit ago. And sorry about that. Rinse my mouth out some. But I was on the phone with a gentleman out in Utah. He's actually affiliated with Royal Legal, but he's a totally different entity. He deals with insurance, rental insurance, and life insurance. And he's working to get, I guess, I don't know what the term is, license for health insurance. He's set up nationwide. He works with pretty much all the big names, and he said something like, I forget what he said, 30, 50, 60 different insurance companies to find the best policy for every individual. I told him my insurance right now, if you might have watched the video with Megan. Megan is an attorney for Royal Legal. Okay, she's a consultant type attorney. She's not Scott. Scott Royal Smith is the founder. I've talked with Scott before, but Megan is a attorney that works for him. So Megan appeared to my channel. So this gentleman, I think he's similar to Megan in a way, except he's not with Royal Legal, but he's affiliated with them. He's separate. Seemed very nice. Most of my insurance right now is through a company called NREIG, National Real Estate Insurance Group. All right, as I told him, their prices seemed fair to me when I went with them from another company. And what I liked is they also give me $1 million general liability. Okay, so it's almost like having a little umbrella insurance company with each policy. It's $1 million. Standard insurance a lot of times is $300,000. So this is putting $1 million general liability. He told me he wants me to send him the declaration pages, but he told me and I haven't done that yet. But he said even prior to me doing that, he says he can at a minimum meet the price and the same price and the same coverage. He's pretty short without even knowing my price. Meet it. He says that he would work with me to make sure I'm not overinsured on any property or underinsured on any property. So I'm curious what he'll say. Okay? Because I'm used to salesmen. I'm used to listening to a pitch and politely declining them. I do that quite a bit. But at the same time, if it's valid, good information, and he can cut me a good deal, get me my coverage under all of my properties, because I have rentals in Indiana, Illinois, Virginia, and Alabama. Alabama's on the way out, but I still have them there. And the key would be too, also, I told him I'm interested in an umbrella policy of another maybe $2 million roughly over top of everything, because then I still got my trust and I got my LLCs for the legal protection. And I like that $1 million coverage, but I wouldn't mind having like $2 or $3 million, you know, just in case, as long as it's not costing me too much. I'm not going to spend a fortune for this. He also said, he asked me about life insurance. I have a little bit of life insurance on myself through my last job, and I got to look it up because it was diminishing returns. It was something like, while I worked as a cop, I had life insurance. It might have been double my annual salary. So as I got a pay raise, it was always automatically double my annual salary. When I retired, and I've been retired now 4 years, I got to look it up, but each year it would, like, it went from double my annual salary to what was my annual salary. Then they cut, after maybe every year they would cut it. and I think it was supposed to last for like 3 years. And if I remember right, I could be wrong on this. My coverage now is probably 20K or just a little bit under 20K. That's almost enough. When I die, and I'll put this out publicly so you all know it. When I die, my preference is either be chucked in the ocean, just chucked in the ocean if they would do that, or buried in like a pine box. It's an old country song, bury me in a pine, whatever, however it goes. I met with, you all have heard the Reverend Billy Graham, right? He passed away. His daughter, Ruth Graham, his wife's name Ruth, and his daughter is Ruth Graham. I met with Ruth Graham before at her house. I stopped by her house. She attended my book and literacy event that I held for 7 or 8 years. And she attended because she's written a couple books. But when I stopped by her house and talked with her, real nice lady, she told me about her dad, that he and her mom, Ruth, they had prison inmates build them basic pine coffins that they were going to be buried in. Nothing fancy, but it met code for whatever state they were in. Because to be buried, you got to meet code, you know. So anyway, I want the cheap. If I'm buried, if I'm not chucked in the ocean, I want to be buried as cheap as possible. These fancy dancy $10,000 coffins, I don't want that. It's a waste of money. So if you're hearing this, if you're one of my sons, if you're the missus, verbally, I'm telling you my wishes. Or if you're a friend of mine, make sure this happens. I do not want to be buried in a fancy-dancy, high-dollar coffin. Bury me in the cheapest pine box possible. Bury me in a cardboard box. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I don't care. Cremate me in a campfire. Throw me in the ocean. I don't care. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, life insurance. I know the missus doesn't have any life insurance on her. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll get like $10,000 or something. But here's a key. Here's a clincher. He also said with life insurance, if I didn't need life insurance or something I may be interested in, is you can invest through life insurance. There's ways to invest. I know just a little bit about this. When you know just a little bit, it's enough to make you dangerous. Okay? Somebody in my mastermind group asked me about this one time. Investing with life insurance. And again, I know just a little bit, enough to make you dangerous. So he's going to call me next week, and he says in about 20 minutes he'll explain to me exactly what it entails, what I can do, etc., etc., etc. And I read a book about this. No, I read an essay about this 6 months ago, but I don't remember the details. I remember thinking, I know wealthy people sometimes do this. It's a way to, when they have money, they stash away in life insurance. So you got life insurance, but they can profit off of it. All right, so I'm an investor. I'm not like stay in my lane, real estate only type investor like Michael Zuber says he is. As you know, I invest in oil. I invest in mineral rights. And I am fascinated by oil drilling and mineral rights investing. Completely fascinated. I've been an environmentalist type person for all my life, and I still am. I want to go green. I want more trees in the world. I want an electric car. I want a Tesla or something else. Okay? I want to go green, but we're not going green overnight. Silly boy, silly girl, we're not. It's going to take decades. We're not there with wind. We're not there with solar. We're not there with battery. The cars, they're using lithium, cobalt, nickel. That's natural resources. We're getting tapped out of those resources, and the price is going up. We need better technology for our electric cars. Okay, they're not as green as what you think they are. Yes, they're getting away from oil and gasoline, that sort of thing, but the batteries are just not as green as what you may think they are. Okay, so don't buy a Tesla or any electric car thinking you're going to be green, because you're not. All right, so anyway, I'm fascinated by mineral rights investing, oil drilling, etc., etc. I've got my revenue in for both in the past week or so. It's just slowly creeping up. All right, I got one new mineral rights added in, and it's just slowly creeping up. So it's nothing great, it's nothing to write home about. But I think I'm on the cusp of getting larger payments. All right, so what else was it? Oh yeah, I was looking this morning at, how did I find out about this? I was looking at boats, believe it or not. Oh, I found an article on like the top pontoon boats you can buy. And they said there's some new fancy dancy ones. I looked at them, whoa, doggy. Some of them were like $500,000, $375,000, $250,000. I was like, I'm not buying one of them. It's like, you're crazy if you think I'm going to buy something like that. I'm not going to do it. But then I found one, and it's like, huh. I forget the company, Sea Doodle, maybe, Sea Doodle. And the cheapest one's like $26,000. Then $31,000, $38,000. Different price ranges, depends on the motor, 100 horsepower. 170 horsepower one started at like $38,000 something. They got monthly payments. They're $0 down, 5.99% interest, and the monthly payment would have been $323. And I was thinking to myself, you never know. You never know. It holds 7 people, has a little canopy for a roof. I need to read reviews and study it more. But if I can add another rental property to my portfolio that gives me positive cash flow of $350 a month, that would pay my boat payment. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying I'm going to do it anytime soon. So by the time I'm ready, there'll be another option out there for me. So, but anyway, you know about my dock. You know about my Tiki Hut. I think I showed you. Did I show you a picture? I'll show you one day. I got the pilings down there. There's 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know. There's 10 or 11 pilings. You know what pilings are if you're not a nautical type person. They're poles. Pressure treated wood poles that are put down in the ground. Basically, if you don't know how to do this, they had guys that were holding it steady, and they had a big old barge back there, the big old thing, and they put this big, heavy, like sleeve on top, and they would drop, boom, 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 and pound that thing into the bottom of the canal. It was kind of wild to watch. So, but anyway, they're out there. The framing crew, they might be here next week or the week, not next week, they might be here the week after next. And once they start working, they're going to frame it and put all the decking down. It's a different crew that'll do the roof on the Tiki Hut. But once they get the decking down, I can walk on it, okay? I could sit on it. I could sit on it, have my legs over to the side. Be like Tom Sawyer with a hook fin, the fishing rod perhaps. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to that if you can't tell. And once I get the roof, that means I got some shade. I like to sit out in the sun, so I got some shade. So we'll see. Then I got to get an electrician here to put a ceiling fan. I want some air movement, but there's always a breeze. And a light switch and an outlet. Maybe I need to charge my phone when I'm sitting down there. I don't know. So anyway, all right, good enough. Did I catch up on everything? So what do you think? What do you think about this picture? Like if I look at that cabinet in the back right now, it's not perfectly straight to me, but it's really, really close. The other video the other day, it was cockeyed. I don't know why. My phone is sitting cockeyed. Looking at my shoulders, I think I'm fairly straight. So, but the phone's sitting a little bit on an angle. So you got me. You got me. So anyway, all right, good enough. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure you start investing. Look at buying real estate because real estate is the fastest way to build your wealth when you don't have a lot of money. You can use other people's money. And once you get accredited, you have other options that I've mentioned. And once you get to a certain level, the door is open for you. You can build your own dock. You can put a gazebo in your backyard. You can buy a Lamborghini if that's your goal. Maybe not a Lamborghini. You can buy a Honda Accord with all the accessories maybe if that's your goal. Don't overspend on anything. Okay? If you heard enough about me, I'm frugal. Yes, I'm building a dock and stuff, but that's like permanent. That's a permanent change to my house, like basically, unless a hurricane tears it out. But if I get a boat, I'm not spending $500,000 for a boat. I'm not spending $300,000 for a boat. I'm not doing that. I don't want to spend $80,000 for a boat. So if I can get something in the 30s, you never know. That's more my style. A little bit cheaper. And it's a brand new boat, so we'll see. I know I can get a used boat maybe for 10 grand, but boat prices have gone up. Boats are expensive now. They've gone, even used boats, like cars. Car prices are up, boat prices are up. So, all right, good enough. If you got any questions, let me know. Mastermind group, I'm going to put a link in our group about this because I know some of you are interested in investing in life insurance. And some of you may want another option for your rental insurance. I'll let you know what I find out. Okay? All right, good enough. Y'all take care, stay safe, and Mazske is signing out.